Yes, sir.
It's a question about tax sharing. You know, you're on the losing end of the tax sharing. You have a company that came out and significantly reduced its workforce by maybe 70%. Now, how does that happen to the losing end? Because you're going to pay half that income tax before relocation, but after relocation, you've already reduced, you know, your income by 70%. The losing person is going to end up having to make up. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not sure I completely understand, but let me try to re-explain the program. If a business would relocate from Cleveland to Broadview Heights, okay, Cleveland says, you know, we need the blow to be cushioned. So we expect you, Broadview Heights, to pay 50% of the taxes. So it's 50%, not 70, okay, of the tax based upon the payroll at the time that business moved. Now, presumably that business is moving for a reason, and more often than not, it's so it can expand. So you're going to get 100% of the benefit of the expansion, but you are going to have to pay
Well, I
the
understand
50%.
that. My point is, what if the company, because of a weak economy...
I think I get your point. Let me play back.
Oh, okay.
And they pay off before they
It's a
move
good
or after
question.
they move.
It's a good
Chris,
question.
Yes.
stand up, there's a microphone there so we can check film.
Oh, sorry. I don't know the answer to it, but
I do, because we have had this.
All right, the situation, your hypothetical situation that you're raising is a company moves from X community to Y. Today, they have 100 employees. So you fix this sharing arrangement based on what Chris has said, based on that 100 employee payroll, 50-50 for 5 years. But 2 years from now, the company goes through a downsizing. And now it only has 70 employees. Does the community Y still owe community X 50% based on the 100 employees? I think that's your question.
Now I know the answer.
Close. They're significantly reducing, they can't compete anymore in today's economy, so they're gonna really reduce before they even leave. So they're coming from X to Y, they had 100, they're significantly reducing down to 40 people now, before they even.
All right,
Who
so
will significantly
So
reduce?
you're that, the variation of that, there are two questions. Variation of that is is it at the payroll in X, community X, at the point they move, or is it the payroll in community Y when they open for business in community Y? So that's another variation. All right, I'm the interpreter. I'm also the newest kid in the block.
So we have had the first question, not the one where they reduce as they move, but what happens if they reduce after they move? And the answer and guidance we got from our attorneys, and I think it's covered in the agreements as well, is that there's a proportional reduction in the tax sharing obligation.
Right, it's a lesser rub
Yeah.
proposition.
Yes.
That was my answer.
Now, you know, I got two questions tonight that are brand new to me. So, if at the time of the move, we'll probably have to explore that one, see if it's addressed in the agreements.
You gotta remember, we're making the decision on the agreements.
Is
Yes.
there a way, on some of the questions we need to clarify, that we could get it to the association and it could be distributed out to everybody? Absolutely. Is that the way to do that? Okay, we will do that.
Yes.
Again, when it came to Olmsted Falls, we had this question of, I don't think that we came to any definite agreement on it. If a community is already involved in a JED agreement, and then we enter into a JEDS agreement, how are we going to protect that JED agreement if it's with another community, which happens to be a township, who won't be paying this anyway? Because there's pressure.
If a business were to move to the JED out of Cleveland, but they're not moving in our community, but we have an agreement with the township they're moving into, where we're collecting half of the income tax coming off of that agreement. We never got an answer to that.
Yeah.
So we're wondering if there's still a crafting about this going on. Is there some ability to craft a special agreement?
Well,
Have you asked your attorneys that question?
what I would suggest is,
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think we have any.
Well, we're gonna try to do
what I would suggest on really, really technical questions like the one you asked, we would love for you to get involved enough that you get your lawyers involved with our lawyers. And, you know, there are going to be particular points of emphasis in different communities that involve some very, very detailed reviews. And ultimately, that should depend on our lawyers and your lawyers talking to get it absolutely right. And we don't want to mislead you tonight on getting too technical on and getting in over our heads. Now, I'm a lawyer, but I also know how detailed these agreements are. So what I would encourage on a question like that, which I don't think any of us can handle tonight, is get in the trenches with our lawyers and get it answered. And then you know.
That our lawyers getting in touch with your lawyers?
Yes,
Our
exactly.
lawyers cost money, we still have to pay them, we don't really have, we're already talking about an investment situation.
Or send, or alternatively, send the questions to Chris and he'll refer them to our lawyers and our lawyers will answer them.
Okay, that'd be great.
That,